honestly, I lived in a bubble here in our town with my 3 older kids, and I really didn't think about much beyond here. And God just called my family to adopt. We have the space, the love, all of our kids were on board. So in praying, we just really felt God called us to Ethiopia.
We adopted Caden first, and when we brought him back, we were all just in love with him immediately. He was 6 months old, this tiny little baby.
That was just the very beginning. Once we adopted, we knew right then that we would be doing it again.
And then that's whenever the 3 older kids, we got to go over to Ethiopia ourselves, and when we adopted Cruz.
Went out more rural areas to see the birth, where they were born, both of them, and I fell in love with the country, with the people. Seriously, they are the most happy people, and by our standards, they have nothing.
What she saw and what she experienced was such an absolute revelation in our lives, and then when we saw what was really happening, we knew we couldn't ignore it.
I saw this beautiful stream in their village and a little waterfall trickle, and I saw people collecting water and then walking, and I saw animals in the thing doing their thing, people washing laundry, bathing, but it was like God just said, you need to bring clean water to Chuco.
And she just started off with, I know why I'm here. I know why God led me here, and we're supposed to bring clean water to Cruz's village. We find out that 80% of the deaths in his entire area are because of waterborne illnesses.
Cruz was actually there in that village, and that had he not been taken out, I really don't think he would have made it.
Whenever we adopted Cruz, he had parasites and he was sick all the time, and he was so sick and he wasn't even in his village for that long, and he had this disease from just a short amount of time.
Her experience with Cruz's health was definitely a huge factor, to propel her to do something.
I just look at him and he's so just full of life and zest, and I'm like, these kids don't make it. And I saw it firsthand, so I think that is what drives me, because everyone needs clean water.
The day that we inaugurated the water wells, the whole village came together and they celebrated, and it was just so insane to me to think that they don't have clean water. It was just the most incredible day.
When God called us to bring clean water to Chuco, I'm thinking, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, part-time preschool teacher. What do I know? How can I do this? And, God just really worked with me. He's like, if you don't, who is? And who's going to be the voice for the voiceless?
So I'm very proud of all my children. They see a need and try to step in and fill it, whether it's a disaster in New Orleans or all the things in Tanzania that Doug does do, or Julie's wonderful, wonderful work in Ethiopia. It's an amazing thing.
Who's going to stand up for that mom over there who's watching her kid, die before her eyes? Who's going to stand up and to be her voice? There's so much more beyond here, and that we're all called to do something.